Well, you guessed it, I'm reviewing now! This is something I wanted to do on my channel for a while, and now I'm doing it. So for my very first review, I decided to take a look at Sword Art Online. But then I decided I wasn't going to review TV shows, so I opted for Star Wars Battlefront instead. But then I decided not to and eventually settled on Just Cause 3. Why? Just Cause! This game's goal seems to be a mix between Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Infamous Second Son. It takes cues from Mario Galaxy where it's not trying to tell a good story, but rather just be a game about fun, and it's similar to Infamous with the tools for carnage in different areas to liberate. But I really liked Second Son, and Mario Galaxy 2 is one of my favourite games of all time, so surely this is just as good. Well, let's look at the story.
The fear addiction, danger illustrated. This is pure insanity.
Wow, this is just like a sitcom. So basically, Rico Rodriguez, this guy here, has returned to his hometown Medici to take down the evil dictator Di Ravello, who has taken over the many towns and islands. Upon arrival, he is greeted by his friend Mario, who's just a teeny bit, how to put it nicely, somewhat excited?
I saw you coming in on the plane, and you were like, bah, bah. It was incredible!
Anyway, some of the residents of Medici has formed a rebellion to take down Di Ravello, and that's about it. It's not really that interesting, save for a couple of cool set pieces, but as I said, the story wasn't the big focus, the fun factor is. And how did they do with that? You know, for a game about controls, it's surprising that this is one of the lower factors of the game. Rico runs too slow, hell, it's more of a jog, which would be fine if there wasn't such a massive world. A sprint button would have been nice. The cars and bikes, why? For some weird reason, sometimes they're really smooth and other times, eh. However, I will admit my favourite thing to do is ride the cars off cliffs and crash into everything. The boats control fine, helicopters can be a little wonky, and I haven't actually flown a plane yet. But vehicles aren't the main focus, as you can grapple, parachute and glide across the world. Grappling works fine, but a longer range would have been appreciated. I'm not the biggest fan of the parachute, and a grapple/parachute combo is rather clunky. The wingsuit can take a little getting used to, but can be good fun when you get used to it. Just be prepared for a lot of face plants at the beginning. The shooting is okay, I guess, and that's about it. Now this is an open world game at heart, so how did they do with that? Medici is big and beautiful, it looks so wonderful, and it's the sort of place I'd love to go on holiday to. And the world design isn't half bad either, until you really explore Medici. I've noticed that most of the towns look the same, and apart from the giant mountain area, a lot of it is just grassy fields. And I hate it when I'm gliding to another island and I fall in the water with no boats near me. Bigger doesn't always mean better, and it definitely doesn't hit. I think just one of the islands would have been enough. Hell, I don't even care for half of them. Variety was something Medici needed. It looks amazing though, especially water. God, that looks brilliant. Now time to talk about what you all came here for, the explosions. Each town has been taken over by Di Ravello, and you get rid of all the Di Ravello items. I tried to get creative, but to be honest, all you really do is blow them up. And you do this again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It's kinda repetitive, just a smidge. It's a big issue with the game, but my biggest issue is this. It can be flat out boring. At first the game is really fun, but runs out of fuel very fast. Sometimes it feels fun, but rarely. Infamous done this district structure with its towns, but had a variety of missions: destroy cameras that you find, spray paint, find suspects, and build up to a district showdown that feels massively rewarding and satisfying. I think it would be so much more fun with multiplayer online or even split screen. But with a PC getting the multiplayer mod, I doubt PS4 or Xbox One will get online, which is a shame, especially when I play with someone watching me. It's actually a good laugh. It seems this game has a mixed reception. Some people think this is one of the funnest games ever and an essential purchase, while others think it's a game that runs out of its tricks too quickly. And unfortunately I have to fall into the latter. I wanted to like this game so much, I tried, and while some activities are fun, they're almost never main goals. Just Cause 3 is a game with good intentions, but they're not always executed as well as they could be. It's a game that's simply okay. That's all there is to say, it's just okay. I'll give it a 71%. If you're curious, wait for a low sale before considering. So for my very first review, I decided to take a look at Sword Art Online. But then I decided I wasn't going to review TV shows, so I opted for Star Wars Battlefront instead. But then I decided not to, and finally settled on Just Cause